Hey guys, it's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe, and I wanted to talk about the 2022 movie Out There, a Halloween Megatape. This is a sequel, sort of side story to WNUF Halloween Special, which was a very big cult hit the past few years. This came out in 2013. If you don't know what these are, they are sort of throwback movies to where it looks like an 80s or 90s TV broadcast with people at an anchor desk speaking, commercials thrown in, fake commercials that look so legitimate that it actually feels like 80s and 90s TV. So, like me, if you were raised in the 80s and 90s, you will get this like nostalgic wave of, wow, I actually feel like I'm watching TV late at night at home. So it's very cool. This one was all that stuff I mentioned, and the main story was primarily about this couple, almost like the Amityville couple, who comes in and the Warrens, kind of like that, and they go through this house that they hear is haunted on a broadcast with a interviewer. The new movie, the Out There Halloween Megatape, which is a mouthful, is very similar. There's lots of fake commercials and ads for politicians. Um, the dentist is back from the first film, so if you see the first film, there's like a dentist talking about Halloween candy. There's a commercial with him in it that I remember. And the arching story in this one is there's this group that thinks there's aliens abducting people out in this field, and they're researching it. And it does tie into the first film in regards to some of the characters from the first film. You'll hear about what happened to them, or they'll have segments like almost like a Ricky Lake or Sally Jesse Raphael, etc. talk show, and they'll interview people that are related to the I can't remember the old couple's name that was like the paranormal investigators. Oh, Louis and Claire Berger. So there's a relative of theirs that they're interviewing on this like talk show at one point, and there are a lot of little tie-ins to the first film if you pay attention and remember a little bit. My only gripe about this new movie, first off, the ending is a little darker than I expected, which I guess can be said for the first film as well. Everything's sort of lighthearted, and then it takes sort of a twist, and you go, oh, this got serious rather quickly. So that's cool, and I enjoy the spin on things because of, and I don't want to say too much, I'm not going to spoil anything. There's a lot of things that happened in the 80s and 90s that this replicates in terms of the story. And I remember this creepy thing in the 90s that this sort of replicates, and I think that was the point. And that was very cool. Commercials are great. It's a little more tighter. It's not so loose, so you don't really hear it. I don't remember hearing too much like fast forwarding or rewinding, if any at all. Where in the first film, at points, the people are fast forwarding and rewinding commercials, and that annoying like tape noise is going. So they definitely tightened up the pace of the film and tightened up the segments. But I prefer the first movie, both in terms of the story and because it was a little more of a new novelty then, where now it's very similar in terms of the form of the film. It's commercial, snippet of this alien thing, commercial, snippet, whatever, politician ad. So it's the same kind of formatting. So it feels a little redundant. That is my only really gripe about this movie. If you watch this and then watch that back, watch the first movie, excuse me, and then watch the second movie, it may be a little too much of a samey kind of vibe. But it's not to say it's not good, because it is. You just have to go into the first one knowing it's a little bit more of a horror story, and the second one knowing it's based off of science fiction a little more, with some horror elements obviously thrown in, because it's also based around Halloween. Some really fun commercials and fun characters, and if you like the first film, you will like the second one. Again, I prefer the first one, but if the second one got a Blu-ray, I'd probably still pick it up. So that's my little 2 cents on Out There, the Halloween Megatape. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was more of the same, but still fun. Let me know, guys, if you've seen it, or if you do buy the DVD or watch it, let me know. It's Vampire Mike from Sega CD Universe. Be good.